Welcome to GamesWorld. Tonight is cheat night, so please enter the Peep Parlour. Greetings, loves, and welcome to my Peep Parlour for the very first time. I'm Madam Pixel, and over the following weeks, I expect you to come to me with all your game-playing problems. I will then take great pleasure in referring you to one of my gaming experts. Together, I guarantee you we have the knowledge to solve any problems you might throw at us. So don't be shy. Who's first up?
Madam Pixel, alien breed is causing me problems.
Alien breed? Violent game, that one. Sounds like a job for Tony Dormio, our expert when it comes to games that involve damaging other people. Between you and me, he's a few sultanas short of a fruitcake.
Tony Dormio here, trainee stuntman, here to help with all the beat-em-up games. So, what's the question?
I have alien breed on the Amiga, but I can't get anywhere. Can you help me, please?
Yes, of course I can help. Go to a computer and type in the following. Is it true that aliens support Man United? That's UTD. This makes the aliens weaker. Also, type in Beware Aliens, Spadge has dropped one. Those computer boffins. This makes the aliens run away from you. There are also a few others, but they're just too funny to mention. Stay sharp.
Thanks.
And what's the next query?
Madam Pixel, my question is on Sonic 2.
Then I suggest a consultation with our potholer and general outdoor type Duncan. He's the expert on platform games. Do be careful, though, because he tends to get a bit overexcited with visitors.
I'm Duncan. You can come to me with all your platform problems. Okay, what have you got for me?
Is there a cheat on Sonic 2?
Might be. Of course. Here's one. Go to the options screen, the music test one. Select tune 19, play it for a few seconds, then tune 65, tune 9, and finally tune 17. Okay. Press start, get back to the intro screen, hold down A and press start when Sonic and Tails appear, and, completely mad, a level select. Smash in! That's it. Bye-bye.
Great, thanks.
Now, it's time for a real treat, a Videator masterclass. This is when one of GamesWorld's champion players takes us through a game of their choice. First off, the game's Messiah is going to tell us some secrets on Star Wars.
Yes, this is a newer game on the Super Nintendo. It's quite difficult for you mere mortals, but with my godly advice you should be able to make your way through to most of the end levels. So here we are at the start of the game, but before we get too far into the level, let's just remember the basic rule. Don't rush yourself. If your energy's low, then simply stay where you are and take out the enemies, rewarding yourself with hearts. Your energy will come back up and then you'll be ready to progress. Once you've defeated the Zarlak, you will be into the next level and in your land speeder. Now in this level, your main opposition are the Jawas, who will approach you at a great speed. Now the main mistake that everybody makes here is to head for the Jawas. Don't do this. When you see them, simply reverse, thus giving yourself more time to take them out. Once you've killed enough Jawas, then hit the fuel button and use as much as you can until you get to the Sandcrawler and off this level. Halfway through the Sandcrawler level, you will come across a rather nasty green-looking alien. Now, rather than running up and attacking him, simply move to the right-hand side of the screen, crouch and turn around, and repeatedly fire. This way, you should be able to annihilate him with the greatest of ease. Now you are out of the sandcrawler and on your way to meet Obi-Wan Kenobi, who will give you the precious lightsaber. This weapon is very, very useful against the Banthas and will kill them very quickly. But don't make the same mistake that so many people do of keeping hold of the lightsaber at all times. Once you've finished with the Banthas, get out your gun and use that for the rest of the game. It is much, much easier.
If you think
Now the combat carrier is destroyed. You are on your way to the Death Star, and I think it's nigh time that you played the game for yourself. May the Force and my father be with you.
Oh, they're so clever, those videators. Right, let's have another question.
Madam Pixel, I was wondering if you could give me some more advice on Zool.
Sounds to me like you need a session with the game's mistress. She's the person I refer my customers to when they need some in-depth analysis. For someone with a degree, she wears some very short skirts.
I'm a little stuck on GamesWorld on Zool. Can you help me?
The schooling system has got a lot to answer for. Well, it's my job to make you a games player, so I'd better give it a shot. Battle your way through the right of the stage and jump over 6 flutes to take you up to a musical notation sheet with a tiny pressure pad in the centre. Jump on the pad and some notes will drift up. Pause the game and note down their colours from left to right. Now go back to the piano keyboard. Jump on the relevant coloured keys in the order displayed before. That's it. A helicopter will float on, jump onto it, and you're whisked off to the next level. Well done. I hope you've learnt your lesson, so there'll be no need for any further education.
Thank you.
Ooh, that game's mistress. She really knows her stuff, I'll tell you. Right, who's next with a query?
Madam Pixel, I want some advice on Evander Holyfield's boxing.
Then you're best off with Janine, our resident aerobics instructress and expert when it comes to sporting matters. Not only does she pack a punch, she's also a dab hand at aubergine quiche.
1 and 2, 1 and 2, and shake it out. And what's your question?
I'm always getting beaten up on Evander Holyfield's boxing for the Mega Drive. Is there any way I can be stronger?
Bit of a loser, are you? Bit of a loser, are you? Okay, first, check you have space to create a new fighter. Then, on the title screen, choose Career Mode and hold it, and then select Create a New Fighter and brake. Name your fighter the Beast, and he should turn green, which is rather unfortunate, and have the highest possible attributes, and rest.
Box!
And finally, keep that tummy tucked in. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I think my game gurus deserve a little breather now, so let's take a look at this week's preview section. This is when we take an exclusive look at all the juiciest new games that are about to be released. I do spoil you so, don't I? First up, Dracula on the Mega CD, a game that will certainly make your blood run cold. Dracula has only just been released on the big screen, but already he started to sink his teeth into computer games. Following the storyline of the film, you must fight your way through the game battling Dracula in his various forms until you eventually get to the vampire's hangout and hopefully put a stop to him once and for all. Of course, there are plenty of other undead nasties to deal with in this beat-em-up style game, but they shouldn't pose too much of a threat to an accomplished vampire hunter such as yourself. Just remember to stock up with garlic. Perish the thought. Next, X-Wing on the PC. If you are the sort of person who thinks flight sims are boring, then take a butcher's at this and prepare to be proved wrong. X-Wing, the latest game from Lucasfilms, plops you in the seat of a rebellion X-Wing fighter as it takes to the skies and beyond to do battle with the Empire. With 4 lasers and a payload of proton torpedoes to unleash on the Imperial forces, there's oodles of action in the game. Starting off with simple missions that pitch you against the Imperial fighters, you'll soon find yourself dodging laser fire from Star Destroyers and even the tremendous Death Star. This game will make a real Jedi out of you. So, may the Force be with you, lovey. And finally, Terminator on the Super Nintendo. In this game, you don't play Arnie, but instead the equally honky Kyle Reese. You must fight your way through time in an attempt to stop the computerized Terminators from killing Sarah Connor and dooming mankind to a life of slavery. The game has you controlling the sprite in true shoot-'em-up fashion as he deals death to numerous Terminators and mans laser cannons in the back of jeeps. Time for a break now. Afterwards, I'll be taking plenty more of your queries. Don't go away. The Peep Parlour. Welcome back to the Peep Parlour. Is anyone here a Scorpio? If so, I'm told that romance is on the cards. Right, who's next for a dose of hot video game action?
Madam Pixel, I'm having trouble on Axelay.
Sounds like another job for our beat-em-up expert Tony Dalmio. Poor Tony. I heard he once took a night class in acupuncture, but apparently his needle wasn't up to much.
Tony Dalmio, trainee stuntman, here to help with all those beat-em-up games. So, what's the question?
Is there a way to skip levels for Axelay on the Super Nintendo?
Axelay on the Super Nintendo, let me think. Oh yes, there is. On the opening title screen, go to Setup and press the left button very firmly. Then, on the bottom left of the screen, it'll say Level 1. Now use left to select your starting level. Okay?
Arms installation is complete. Good luck.
Stay sharp. Hua! Hua!
Thank you very much.
Right. Do we have any more tender adolescents with queries?
I need some help exploring Toe Jam and Earl, Madam Pixel.
Duncan, the potholing platform games expert, is your man. I'm thanking the heavens he's not mine.
I'm Duncan, and I'm a bit of an expert on platform games. So, what's your question?
Are there any secret levels on Toe Jam and Earl on the Mega Drive?
Might be, but first you'll need to find the Icarus wings, rocket skates, or the rubber ring. Now, fall off the levels till you reach one of those. Use your item to cross the water to the bottom left corner of the map. Collect all the gifts and then, whoops, fall down the hole to reach secret level 0, complete with, crazily enough, a jacuzzi. Okay? That's it. See ya.
Thank you.
Now it's time for the second of this week's Videator Masterclasses. Big Boy Barry has kindly agreed to give us some advice on Sonic 2.
Hi, this is Big Boy Barry. Follow these tips and you shouldn't have any problem at all on Sonic 2. On level 1-1, if you get through the level within under 30 seconds, you get yourself a huge 50,000 point bonus which will help you throughout the game. A great way of getting all the Chaos Emeralds, still being on level 1-1, goes like this. Get to the first lamppost on the first level, of course with 50 rings, and go for the first Chaos Emerald. As soon as you've got this, push reset and go back to the options screen. Push start again and repeat the whole procedure. Though this time, when you're on the first lamppost, instead of going for the first crystal, you'll find you're going for the second crystal. Do this and you'll end up with all 7 crystals and still be on level 1-1. Did you know that you can play 2 players in 1 player mode, with your other mate taking over for Tails? This is really useful. For instance, let the computer take over Tails until you get to the end of level boss. Then get your mate to take over. Since Tails is invulnerable, we can take down the Guardians in 1 or 2 rounds. You can finish him in 10 seconds. In Casino Zone 2, learn to master the flippers in conjunction with the fruit machines. If you get the timing right, you can flip into the fruit machines every time and clock yourself up extra lives and coins. More often than not, you'll hit the jackpot, so don't be deterred if you get the odd Robotnik. Here's a quick way of beating the 3rd ender level boss in the aquatic zone. As soon as you start hearing the rumbling, get to the far left or right of the screen to make sure you're standing on one of the pillars as it rises up out of the ground. Bounce on Robotnik and then quickly bounce back onto the pillar. If you master this, you should be able to hit him about 4 times. Considering he only takes 8 hits, he'll be dead in no time. Don't go complaining to me saying you haven't got any friends to play for Tails, because you haven't got any friends, don't you think it's about time you got some? Anyway, that's my masterclass for Sonic 2. Follow these tips and you have the game cracked within days. Remember, big is best! I've got a date with Daryl Hannah in 10 minutes. See you later.
Such a character, that big boy Barry. Right. It's about this time every week that I like to field some of your questions myself. Particularly anything about the latest video game news, because I do like to keep you up to date. So please, come clean with your queries.
Madam Pixel, is it true that Nintendo are going to bring out a coloured Game Boy?
Sadly, no. Silly, really. They've designed the machine, but they can't figure out how to make batteries that last long enough for it. Next.
Madam Pixel, why are you so ugly?
Next, please.
I keep reading that Street Fighter 2 will be coming out soon on the Mega Drive. Is it true, and when will I be able to get it?
Those chaps at Sega are driving me crazy too. They keep putting off the release date. Now they're saying April, but don't count on it. That's all I'm prepared to tell for 1 week. I don't want to overindulge you now, do I? Let's have another question for one of my gurus.
Madam Pixel, I can't complete Chuck Rock.
Now, that's something only the game's mistress can put right. But behave, or else she'll whip out her blackboard rubber and all hell will break loose. And you don't have to look so ruddy pleased about it.
I can make it right to the end of Chuck Rock, but I can't beat Gary Grid to the dinosaur. Can you show me how, please?
Can Larry the Lamb bleat? Basically, you need to kick him in the head. A handy hint for later life, that, remember. If you're ever faced by a huge green dinosaur in hideous boxer shorts, all you need to do is belt him between the chops. Go up on the platforms and goad him into trying to bite you. When he tries, jump out of the way sharpish, and then jump kick him in the old noggin. That's it, and give it a go. Timing is the secret. Once you get the hang of it, just repeat until Gary gives up. Keep going. Yes, persistence, little boy. Persistence. Oh, Chuck and Ophelia are reunited once more. Isn't it sweet? Thus the lesson endeth. Don't you have a home to go to?
Thanks, that's great.
And I think we can just slip one more quickie in before closing the store for the evening. Hurry along.
Madam Pixel, I would like some advice on Super Mario Kart.
Sporting queries, I always refer to Janine, our aerobics instructress. Janine, there's one here that needs some loosening up.
I'm Janine. I'm an expert on sporting games. So, what's your question?
I want to race on a special cup on Super Mario Kart, but I can't get there. Is there a cheat that can allow me to skip to that level?
Of course there is. Anything for you. To access the special cup, select a 1 or 2 player time trial and move the cursor to the Mushroom Cup item at the top left. Hold it, then press LR, LR, LLRR, and finally A. You'll now be able to choose from the 5 courses of the special cup whilst doing a bit of finger exercising at the same time.
That's all. Bye-bye.
Thanks, that's great.
Well, I'm afraid that's just about all we've got time for in the Peep Parlour tonight. But before you go, here's a little competition. Tisk! Talk about all give and no take. How would you like to win a superb Amiga 1200? You would? Right then. On screen is the first of 4 cunningly disguised games that will be shown over the next 3 weeks. Once you think you have an idea of what the game is, write the answer down and keep it in a safe place until you have the names of all 4 games. Then, and only then, send the answers to the address I will give you at a later date. See you next week at the usual peeping hour. I'll leave you with a chart of the top 10 console games. Ta-ra! Hovering at number 10 is the mature Desert Strike, while digging his heels into number 9 is the enchanted Alex Kidd. Number 8 is filled by the cool presence of Sonic 2 on the Game Gear, while the Master System version of the same game is at number 7. Number 6 houses Super Mario Land 2, sequel to the number 1 Game Boy hit. Just scraping into the top 5 is Streets of Rage 2, and the Bikers of Road Rash 2 cruise into the number 4 slot. For the 3rd time this week, Sonic 2 hits the chart, but this time on the Mega Drive. Just missing the checkered flag is Super Mario Kart, but at number 1 this week is the swinging PGA Tour Golf 2.